Hi, welcome back to Guide to SolidWorks. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and you will give yourself access to a wide range of free SolidWorks tutorials. What we're going to have a look at today is this model here. What we're going to do is another practice model. Now this is perfect for those of you who are still beginners and progressing to learn different skills and different methods of creating components and models. Within this tutorial, we're going to be having a look at how we can use the fin feature in the extrude tool to make different shapes and different components, and we'll go around looking at how we're going to model this component. So let's have a dive in and have a see how we're going to do this. So first of all, what I'm going to have a look at is taking away this side section here. After I've revolved the outer shape. So I'll take this cut out here on both sides away. Once I've got that out of there, that means I'll be able to take this center section here away, cutting that all the way across. I'll then use the fin feature in the extrude to take away these two edges on each side. I'm not able to do this with the chamfer tool because of the fact that it would be a cylinder on top and therefore would not give me that perfect flat angle, so I will need to use an extrude to do that. And then finally finishing off with a hole down through the center. Okay, right, so let's have a go. Right, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is jump on the front plane and I'm going to sketch on that front plane. I'm going to grab my center line, starting from my origin, and drag that up there, like so. I'm going to set a distance to this, so I'm going to put a distance of the overall height of the component, which is 105, up the tall like so. Then from there, I'm going to sketch out one side of this component shape, a rough outline. So we're just going to get a rough outline like so, and then we can start putting some dimensions onto this. This outer line through to here, I'm going to go to its mirror image position. So I'm going to bring my mouse icon across that center line, bring that up, and that needs to be 80. Do the same with the bottom here, bring that across. I'm just going to bring that down, and that needs to be 50, like so. Now this bottom section there is going to be 30 high, so chuck the 30 in there, and we've got that defined. So now I'm going to go to features, revolve, and I'm just going to revolve this around the center axis here. Okay, take that, and that gives me the rough outer shape that I am after. So from there, I'm going to go to the top view. I'm going to select on this top face here, and I'm going to sketch on that top face. I am going to put a center line in here, like so. And then from there, I'm going to take a normal line. In fact, rather than doing that, I'll take the center line, I will offset that center line, and I need to offset that center line by 20. And take that and drop that there. Now I'm just going to use that single line to create the shape that I am after. So I'm going to go to features, and I'm going to go to Extrude Cut. Now it's going to be saying, wow, how are you extrude cutting that? I've only got a line. So what I need to do is go to this fin feature option here. Tick on that fin feature option, and I can make that as thin or as wide as I want. Now this top one is my direction. That will give me my depth down into the component. The fin feature will give me the thickness I want my cut to be. So minimum of 20 to come out to the edge, and I want it to come down from the top 50, like so. So I'm effectively taking that whole edge off there. tick, like so, and that removes that side. Okay, I'm going to click on that extrude that I've just created, and I'm going to mirror that across. I'm going to mirror, if I drop down this option here, I get all my information that I've created in the design tree. So I'm going to mirror it across that front plane, as you can see there. Tick, and drop that in. And I've got both cutouts on either side. Now the next part of this then is going to be creating my cut through on that face. So to do that, I'm going to start on the front plane. I'm going to sketch on that front plane. I'm going to move straight on to that front plane, or normal to, and then start my sketch. Now I'm going to start off by putting a centre line in. The reason for this is because this cutout is going to have some symmetry. So if I put a centre line in, it just makes it easier to figure out that symmetry. My depth of this is from that top bit there to the bottom of my centre line is going to be 10. So from the bottom of this cutout to the bottom of my centre line, it's going to be 10. Now from there, I'm going to come out, come up, and just drop that in there, like so. Come back to this position and bring that round to the top. Now, I've just roughed out the shape. I'm just going to make that coincidence there, and now I'm going to put some sizes to this. So, that's going to be 20, and that'll give me the size and shape that I want there. Now I've got that in place for one side. I'm going to mirror this across. So I want these 3 lines. I'm going to mirror them across my centre line here. Okay. I'm just going to take that. Now I've just realised that my top position here is not where I need it. It needs to be down lower. So we're going to need to make an adjustment to that. So if I just drop back a few steps here, and I'm going to come back to this position, I'm just going to move that down. Now I still need this to be coincident to that line. And I am after the depth coming from there to there, or the height from there to there being 38. I still want that to be 20, and we've still got the shape that we need. I am just going to then go from the top place down to here in a straight line, and the offset of that from there to there is going to be 6. Okay, so I've just made that alteration there, so I've dropped that down. So we're going to have a cut through at the top. Now what I do again is I still want to mirror this across. So let's make that alteration to mirror this across. And I mirror it across that centre line there. And tick. Okay, so taking that distance from the top to the bottom, just re-inputting that dimension so that we've got that height up, and making sure that we've got the relationship at the top point here. So just make sure everything's fixed in place, and that's our issue there. So I'm just going to find the top of my arc and make it coincident to that endpoint of my centre line. Now you do find occasionally that when we mirror over a sketch, that we do lose some of the definition of it, so the dimensions, the relationships. I've just closed that off at the top, so I've just put a line across the top there to close that off. And I'm going to cut this through. So I'm going to go to Features, I'm going to go to Cut, and I'm going to select the contours and take these contours here, and I want to go from the mid plane and I want to come out 80 because that's the thickness of it, like so. And I've got now that cut through the centre. Okay, so I've only got a few little bits left to do. I've got the hole to put in the middle, and I've got these cut-offs on the end here. So let's do the cut-offs first on the end. So I'm going to go back to that front plane. I'm going to sketch on that, turn it straight on. Now I'm going to use a line here again. So go to the line tool. I'm just going to click somewhere. Make sure that we stay away from clicking actually on the relationship. So you'll have seen as I was moving that there, the relationship in the centre there has appeared. We don't want to fix it to that or else we're going to have issues. Okay, so we need to make sure that we're always keeping it away from them, because if you want to change the size of it or the distance or add a dimension that moves it along that line, then it will be fixed and stuck in place and it won't work. So I'm going to take a dimension from the origin straight up there, and that should be 20. Okay, and I'm going to take a relationship from this line here to the bottom point of my line there, and that should be 40, like so. Now I've got that in place, I'm going to use the thin feature again. So features, I'm going to cut, extrude, and I'm going to take this thin feature option again here. Okay, now you'll see it's come out further than the model at that point, and it's decided to pick two directions automatically for me. I'm just going to unclick that second direction, and I'm going to go mid-plane instead. Okay, and as you can see there, we now have it cut out. The preview shows that it's going to cut off that whole edge. If we want to alter any of the sizes there, we can do, but they've all pre-come up from the last time we used the tool. So I'm just going to tick there, and that'll take that outer edge off, leaving that arced shape at the bottom, but that flat top edge, as we had earlier on in the example. Now we've got that, I'm just going to mirror that across. So use the mirror feature, and I'm going to find the right plane this time, and I'm going to tick there, and that'll remove that section across the other side. So in terms of modelling, just to finish off the modelling process, I'm going to sketch on this bottom face. Sketch on that bottom face there. Take a circle, and I'm going to set the dimension for that from that origin point in the centre at 30. Now once I've got that circle in place, I can go to features, I can go to cut, and rather than just going up a nominal value, I'm going to set it to my end condition is going to be up to surface. I'm going to select that surface there at the top in that centre position. Tick there, and we'll get that extrude coming up to that point, and it won't interfere with any of this top section then. Okay, so that's the model completed. I'm just going to add a appearance to this. So I'm going to right click, come to the appearance icon here, drop that little arrow down next to it. I'm going to select body, which means the whole model body will end up being this appearance colour. I am just going to use a colour, I'm not going to select materials, but if you did want to select materials, you can drop down your appearance bar there, and you've got all your materials in there. I'm just going to select a colour, I'm just going to go for a green colour, like so. Tick that, and we've got our model completed with its appearance on. Now, hopefully you have learned something from that tutorial, or if it's not, it's a refresher for you. So if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Like I said at the beginning, it is free to do so, and you're accessing a wide range of free SolidWorks tutorials. So on that note, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.